You can also call me Nate, you can call me Nathan, but please don't call me Nathaniel. And we're going to do a Hell Rush and probably a standard run. I've been playing a lot of Hell Rush off stream and outside of videos. Really enjoying the mode. It's a lot more fast paced, so it may mean that commentary is not as detailed as in the other videos. But as I said, I really like this. It's a competitive mode. There are some features I'd like to see added, things like a better queuing system, being able to get together with friends a little bit easier. I mean, you can do it, but it's a little bit wonky. I don't know if you could do a competitive aspect to it, but anyway, it's still quite nice. I come from a lot of other competitive games. I played a lot of Dota Underlords, League of Legends. I didn't actually play Dota itself, but even way back when the auto chess, so Underlords version 1.0 came out, played a lot of that. So this has been scratching that competitive itch a little bit. Alright, so as I said, probably a little bit less commentary than normal. And what are we? Melting Remnant, let's take the gold. And we'll do a reform. So really trying to get a lot of our units to die early with the expectation that we reform them at the end of turn. So it might end up even chump blocking on purpose with high damage units or high damage enemies. Should be pretty easy to get a lot of units to die quickly. So let's put our champion up top. We can do Train Steward, a drag, spell weakness, and some damage. This guy, the draft behind, and a Train Steward. Cool. So good, we're actually going to start getting units that we can reform now, which is what we want. We can do that. Spell weakness, Train Steward, Train Steward. We should easily... Okay, we got a Train Steward reform. That's totally fine. And let's put spell weakness. We can throw a drag on this floor and just dump some spells. Now ideally we get... Okay. We got the Train Steward back. Oh! How did they not die? I must not have been paying attention. Let's do double spell weakness. And drag, double spell weakness. And we're going to take a little bit more damage. So not an ideal start, but I think we're the first ones to finish. Let's definitely get reform. That's what we were missing in the last. And then I think Helical Crystals is a little bit more consistent than Crypt. And finally, Silophyte or Paraffin Thug. Sweep is quite strong. I think I'll take the Sweep unit. She's quite good to buff up, and now that we have the Helical Crystallis, that will pair really well with the spell weakness that we get. Oh, we already have 2 people dead on the first round. I think we want the Melting Remnant unit, and then we can buff our units. Let's go for the Paraffin Thug. We don't want Endless. I made the mistake before of accidentally taking Endless on the Melting Remnant units, and turns out that's a little bit anti-synergy. I think we want a big draft, and we can make him the ultimate draft. And then let's also upgrade the damage on the sweeper. We'll put some damage on the sweeper. And we're on. So first one starting the second round. We're in third place right now according to score, but in my experience it's really about who lasts the longest, and we have plenty of time to make up score as long as not everybody else is getting perfects. So let's put... Still think we put the Rector Flicker on the top floor. We put the Silophyte on the second floor. Is there a way that we can get a kill with our Paraffin Thug? There is. So then we can make some gold quickly and get some resolve triggers ready. Let's put the Remnant Host there. Let's do some burnout units and then put down some Train Stewards. So probably not putting everything down optimally, but really the goal is just to get units out as quickly as possible right now. He's going to die right away. That's totally fine. And I think we'll just end like that. Okay, we got our two big drafts. We can put one on this floor, one over here. We can reform our Thug. Ideally, we can get the kill with him on the next floor. That won't yet kill, and so I think we're going to be good. I think the Paraffin Thug will end up... as long as he doesn't die right away, yeah, he'll take the killing blow and get us some gold. So great. Much better second battle. We got ourselves some gold. I think I don't think we need stealth. I do like Entombed Explosion, but I think we're gonna go for another molded. Second Helical Crystals. Because we're gonna be we're okay to get a little bit higher cost spells, because we're very likely going to be reforming every turn, and the reformed units cost 0. So we still got 4 people in it. We're currently in first. But we're waiting to see how Bananageddon does. Assuming he's in line with the others, we should be able to start the third round in first place. And I think we'll start with the unit, then the spell upgrades, and then finally the cavern. Just in case we get a duplicate, the duplicate event, we would rather duplicate a card which has already been upgraded, a spell which has already been upgraded. I'm a big fan of Lady of the House as just kind of a tank unit. I like free moldeds, and we can get an expiring Frozen Lance. I don't think we want it to be 2 cost. Let's see what we get here. Double stack on Siphon is fine. Let's get the other... Oh, let's make a 1 cost Helical Crystals and even increase the damage on it. Where is our... There we go. And we'll purge out a Train Steward. Alright, let's get into the Concealed Caverns. Purge a unit, get an upgraded one later. Let's purge a spell. And we will purge the other Helical Crystals for now, with the hope that it gets some increased magic damage. I think we can survive a few battles without the second Helical Crystals. Helical Crystales. Helical Crystales. Okay. So we got Damage Shield. Let's put Lady of the House. Paraffin Thug should get a kill there. And we'll just end. So not perfect. We'd rather get an early kill. Let's put the Remnant Host down. We can put the Elephant. Let's get this guy just to die, so we have something to mold later on, or reform later on. Let's do it like this. We can tank the hit. We can do a Crystallis. We'll still get the benefit there. Let's put the spell weakness down. Summon 2 more drafts. Let's get back our Lady of the House. We can put her on the bottom floor as well. We put energy weakness, tank the hit, and put these guys down. I found that I often struggle specifically with melting remnant units when it comes to Hell Rush. So really trying to make sure I play everything out. I think that's fine. Let's kill those guys. And we'll save the molded. 1, 2. We're getting a lot of gold, which is fantastic. Let's put this guy in. We want to get a lot of spell weakness. And this is a burnout tree drag. Let's put this guy. We can't. Let's put him up top. Still can't. More spell weakness. Can we mold somebody? We can mold this particular one. Let's do that. So that when he dies, he'll summon 2 drafts to fight. And I think we're going to be just fine, especially if we can get one spell. Any spell, honestly. Yeah, Helical Crystals takes him out. Okay. So we're on to the 4th battle. I don't think we need Harness the Titan. I don't want to remove debuff effects, and I don't want Devourer of Deaths. We'll take the coins there. I don't think we need any of these guys. We're already hurting for space. And because we're hurting for space, I'm going to increase capacity. We really just want to get more units out, reforming a lot more, placing a lot more, stacking up the floors. What do we want here? I think I'd really like to remove, but I think getting some unit upgrades would also be fine. Let's see what unit we get. I don't think we need any of those units. Getting multi-strike on our Lady of the House seems to make sense. We can even put some extra health on her. Putting extra damage on our draft makes a lot of sense. And then let's get rid of 1 Train Steward. Reroll. Quick on that same draft. Put Battlestone onto our Paraffin Thug and increase his damage. Okay, I think we're in a really good position now. Let's upgrade our champion. I think we're going to do Harvest plus Reform. And now we can think about putting him on the bottom floor where he's more likely to take advantage of the Harvest triggers. We're okay to start with enemies on each floor. We can just chump block. Even getting a draft means that we can stack enemies behind. Okay. So these are give friendly units 2. Let's do it like this. Put the Rector Flicker. Put the Paraffin Thug in front, get our Lady of the House on the bottom, and get our Train Steward something to die. We are going to take 1 damage to the pyre, or 6 damage to the pyre. And we can put this draft up front. That should take out all 4 of them. We can put our second draft here, put the Icy Coelophyte in front of it, and that's it. Oh, the connection to the game was lost. Well, that's lame. Okay. To avoid that happens again, I'm going to switch to single player. We'll start a new run. And I think we'll do Melting Remnant. Sorry, I'm just a little bit surprised. I have not had a connection issue before, so let's do Melting Remnant and Stygian Guard. We'll stay at Covenant 6. Yeah, not exactly the way I wanted to end that. I was pretty sure I was in the lead. Well, that means I can slow down a little bit in my explanations. When a friendly unit dies, enhance it with a permanent... Oh, no, it's not permanent, but enhance it with plus 10. I think that's perfectly fine. What I think we can try to do is use Drip Fall to stack the bottom floor with units. And if we can get Harvest Trigger on our Rector Flicker, he can actually act as a tank. And we just continue to stack and stack and stack on that bottom floor. I don't know how likely that is. I would for sure do that, I think, over Burnout 3, because we don't have a reform option right now. That will be one of the first priorities if we're able, is to get a reform. Are we okay with... that's a little bit tough. Unless we get a lot of dregs. Oh, we do get a reform. We have Wicked Blaze. They will each do 5 damage to start. How many start on the first floor? At this Covenant, I'm not 100% sure. For 75 coins, I think we will pass. Normally, I like to take the early ones because you can take advantage of the coins very quickly. But I think this is a little bit dicey for us to start with. And I'm going to set up on the second floor to try to reduce a little bit of the damage. And I'll even take one of them out early. We keep the Drip Fall. We can put another drag. Put a Train Steward up top. I think on this floor we're fine, so let's just remove one there. We can even put another drag up here. Now, ideally, we can get, we can reform. And it doesn't really matter which one we pick. Put him out, and we want to get rid of, so we can do all 3 of them. And then, ideally, what do we want here? We can do 1, 2, and I think we flash freeze the boss, actually, to get him some frostbite. Good, we get the Wickless Blaze. Let's put it on this gentleman here. Put him behind, and that's it for the first battle. So cool. That was pretty easy. Let's see how we get into the second Entombed Explosion. I quite like a lot, but I think we need the Molded to get more consistency in bringing our units back. We have 2 flash freezes already. Does a third one make sense for us? I don't think Spell Weakness does. We don't have any high damage spells right now. But I think a flash freeze is okay. It's one of the few direct damage spells you can... Well, I mean, with the Stygian Guard, you get a lot of damage spells, but not so many that are that you can target. Normally, they're frontline spells. And I think more important for us is the Remnant unit. Paraffin Thug gives us a lot of gold. Yeah, I think that's okay. What do we get for double stack? Double stacking on a flash freeze, not very appealing. Adding extra damage and consuming on a flash freeze is good. And then I think we want to make our Wicked Blaze cheaper. I don't think we want the double stack. Even making it free would be great. And then we can do a second flash freeze that will consume on use. Covenant level is Covenant 6. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind others. I'm mostly focusing on hell rushes and daily challenges, and then just slowly eking out the covenants right now. All right, spikes. I think I'm okay just suiciding one of these Paraffin Thugs. We need to get 5 damage on the main unit. He's the one that's granting spikes. What is the spike level? 5? Yeah, that's fine. We should be able to get a reform on... So do we... Yeah, we need a chump block with the Train Steward, and then doing 6 damage should take this guy out. We get 20 gold. We should get plenty of units to take out the second floor. We can already bring back the Paraffin Thug, which I think makes a lot of sense. So we'll do Train Steward, Paraffin Thug, and Dreg. Get 2 Train Stewards on the bottom. Alright, let's flash freeze, double flash freeze. Well, definitely think we want the drag. And I think we want big flash freeze on the front unit, second flash freeze on the back unit. We're not really taking advantage of these harvest triggers. I'd kind of forgotten that's what we put on him, but I think we're okay here. If I take... Yeah, we still don't kill the backliner, but our champion will kill him just fine. Here, let's put another drag to another 2 drags. Take out... What is this guy doing? He's the one that's adding additional spikes. He's adding 3 spikes, so that means that our guys could potentially survive 1 additional attack. That's actually not how it worked out, but I think we're still okay. Alright, so we can reform the Paraffin Thug. We can also reform... They all have Burnout 3. Honestly, it's not going to matter. And putting him in front allows him to get the gold. We can put the drag behind it. We can even drip fall him. He'll get the triggers, or do we just flash freeze? Maybe we just flash freeze the boss. And 18 damage, we're not going to be able to do enough. 2, 3. So unfortunately we will take a little bit of damage to our pyre, but that is how it goes. Draft is quite good. Entombed Explosion is quite good. I think we want the draft because of our plus 10 damage every time a unit dies. I don't love any of these. We don't have any offering triggers already in deck. We don't really take advantage of the energy siphon. I think we're going to skip and get the gold or the coins. And do we have anything we want to duplicate right now? Maybe a Wicked Blaze. Is that worth skipping an artifact and a unit? Probably not. So we'll go this route. Let's see what artifact we get. X cost, I have no X cost cards. 50% to apply days when they enter the train I think is much more consistently good. I think getting more harvest triggers is fine. Do we get Dante's Candle? Dante's Candle is really strong. Basically what it does is it gives you at the end an artifact which gives you extra energy depending on the number of blights you have in your deck, and you get a unit who gets multi-strike for every blight in your deck. You struggle for a little while, and to be honest, you don't really stop struggling right away just because the blights stay in your deck as long as you don't remove them. But the unit that you get out of it is really, really strong. And if we can get something with holdover, we can help maintain the consistency of our deck, even though we have the blights. What do we want to do here? I'm almost thinking we put the Wickless Baron and then Do we Wickless Baron or do we do Rector Flicker? I think the Wickless Baron. Put the Train Steward in front of him. Oh wait, yeah, we're only taking on death, deal 1 damage, so we're good here. Do we want to do double harvest triggers on the same floor? Which one goes in front? I think our Rector Flicker would then go in front. Something like that. And we can even get rid of this guy. Put a Train Steward on the top floor. Yeah, there's the Dante's Candle. So luckily, we don't really have a whole lot else. We'll put the Paraffin Thug on the second floor. We'll put some chump blocking dregs. In fact, I think we'll tank with a drag. So that, yeah, we can keep these guys alive. And the bomb got dazed, which is why it didn't trigger. So we'll get rid of this. I think we can put the trains. Do we have any molded units to get? Yeah, we do. So let's put the Train Steward in front to tank 5. So he'll die. He'll do damage. He'll kill it. Reform. We can get this drag. Have it tank. Oh, I wanted to put the Draft out. That's fine. So we'll get 20 gold with our Paraffin Thug. And we do need some chump blockers. We can reform. And let's get our big drag back out. We can tank this floor with him. If we put 2 more drags, then we even get the... we don't quite. Dang, I thought we would have gotten the trigger on him. We needed a little bit more damage. Oh, that's fine. We can do the Train Steward up top. We're fine on the bottom floor. Dante's Candle. And I think here we want... If we kill that... Let me think. If we drip fall and then kill that, then do we get the trigger? 3, 6, 8. We'll kill him. 1, 2, 3. Then we get the trigger. So I think maybe we don't. Maybe we let them all tank, and then so he'll die. So we can do instead a second Train Steward on the top floor, and we can just do a Frozen Lance. Definitely need to get some units in. We can now put the Draft. This guy is going to die unless we... there's really not... We can drip fall this guy, which isn't really great. It gives us 20 gold. We should be able to reform a lot of units next turn because we get the molded and the Wicked Blaze are still sitting in our draw pile. So the question is, do we greed? Alternatively, I could bring the Paraffin Thug down. That might be actually the best move here. Bring the Paraffin Thug down and have him do additional damage to the boss, because he'll do 20 damage for every hit. Yeah, I think that's the... It's not the greediest play, but it gets a lot of value right up front. Okay, so we did get the Wicked Blaze, and we want to bring back... Where is our big drag? Because otherwise the units die right away. If we get him in, and then we put a unit in front of him... What else can we mold back? That will do 40 damage. Getting our champion. And if we do something like this, that adds a lot of damage to the boss. We are going to take some damage on the top floor, but I don't think there was really a way around that. This is not great. So we will take some more damage from the boss on the top floor. So we're about at half pyre right now. We will get more pyre health from the artifact after beating Daedalus. I've never used Devourer of Death. I don't know how strong this is. Gain 1 soul, extinguish, deal damage to the enemy units equal to 15 times the soul count. That could be really strong. I'll try it. I haven't tried it yet. I think it seems interesting, and I don't think we need any of these guys. Or harvest gain 5. Sure. We can try to make them fit, and I think considering all the units we have, the issue is these Dante's candles, but once they change over, we get basically 2 free Ember per turn. So I'm thinking that we take the Light of the Seraph so that we can fit more units in on each floor, and then getting rid of a lot of our train stewards will help out a lot. So we can get more pyre health, upgrade our units. What do we have to upgrade? We have a Giraffe with nothing on him yet. We have Paraffin Thug. Yeah, so none of our units have been upgraded yet. I think we could also use the pyre health, and we can get rid of the train stewards. So all around, seems this is the better path for us. Let's see what upgrades we get. Getting multi-strike on the Paraffin Thug. Adding additional burnout and damage to the Giraffe. Incant Armor 1 isn't terribly helpful for us. Let's re-roll. Quick. Do we also put Quick on the Giraffe? Quick on the Paraffin Thug would be really strong, and then I think getting an extra damage on the Giraffe. Another Incant doesn't really fit. Let's get rid of another Train Steward. Alright. So let's go on. Oh yeah, upgrade our champion. Do we want to get the Reform trigger? We have 2 Reform cards. I think getting the Reform trigger would be quite good. The Harvest is really nice too, though. Then he can act as a tank, or at least he can grow. But I think getting the Reform is going to make sense for us. Spell Shield 2. We don't rely a lot on spells. But what do we have here? Quill Marksman. I think we need it just to be able to take... I think we need to hold off on the trial just to get to the backline units. That's a pretty good start. Can we kill this guy with this combination? So 50 damage. Yes. In fact, if we do it specifically like this, so Rector Flicker, Giraffe, Paraffin Thug, and then we can Flash Freeze. That 10, let's see, 20, so 10, 60, 80. Why triggers when you cast a spell? There are no spells being cast. So why don't they kill him earlier? Am I doing the math wrong here? 10? So he'd be at 70. 50. He'd be at 20. Why don't they both die? Am I missing something here? I feel like they should both be dying. Well, anyway, we can still kill him, even if we incant with him. Oh, he's got quick. That's why. Gosh, I was very confused for a minute there. Let's double up on these harvest triggers. And I want him to die. So putting him on this, I probably should have put. Well, no, I wanted to get the gold. But getting our putting dregs up there, that was very helpful. Okay, so let's put him back. One, two, we have nothing to reform. That was a waste. Waste. That's not going to kill anything. I think giving him quick may not be the ticket, but well, let's see how it goes. Now we've got the Devourer of Death. That will do some damage to this front unit. We can start putting dregs, and I almost think we just put them up front to basically ensure we get these triggers. And do we want another drag down here? I don't think so. Let's put the drag up here. We can put a train steward. That's not going to make a huge difference on that floor. We got back another drag. We definitely need it here. If I put it up here, we get even more damage. So they both die. He dies, and we have nothing on the bottom floor right now. We can put the Devourer of Death. I think there's now 2 souls. Put him there. We can even flash freeze something if we want, just to save damage. And I expect we'll be just fine. What can we reform? We can reform our really strong draft. Is he... Nope, there's no... Yeah, that'll do it. So then, what do we want to do left? We don't really need to do anything else. We can get rid of that guy. We can get another drag. We can actually reform a stronger drag. And yeah, so we're good. We're good. I think we've got a pretty strong lineup. Adding in the extra capacity was really the ticket for us, so we can start stacking more units. And we're getting a lot of gold off of those harvest triggers. The Paraffin Thug is struggling a little bit. We may need to think about how to properly place him. Maybe the second floor makes sense for him. But we can address that later on. Deal damage to enemy units equal to the three times the number of friendly units dead this battle. Becomes much stronger the later into the game we get. Gain 1 energy for each friendly unit death this battle. I mean, that gets out of control. But we don't have any real way to dump our energy. Everything is such low cost for us. We'll be able to reform him. That's where he's... the first play is more that we trade him out. And he's a good way to get harvest triggers. I don't think we need any of these. Yeah, I think we'll skip. Take the gold. Or coins. I keep saying gold. It's coins. It looks like gold. I don't know. Okay, so we finally get Dante's cloak and Dante himself. So again, Dante is a unit that gets multi-strike for each blight that's in your deck. I think we'll go for the spell upgrades. And we can eliminate another train steward. Do we get rid of a frozen lance? Maybe one of our drip falls, or no, let's get rid of one of the dregs. +2 magic power for every blight in the deck. That's different. I had it before and it was you got more energy, but that's also okay. More magic power for each blight in the deck. So then it's +8. Anything when you want to double stack here? I don't think so. Adding more spell damage to this other flash freeze seems okay. Molded for free is... I'm always a big fan of that, especially if you can get it on holdover. Let's double stack this particular flash freeze. And what do we get? Holdover. That's exactly what I want. And I want it on the molded, so we can consistently get a unit back every turn. And then let's make drip fall free, or drip fall less energy. We haven't really been able to take advantage of it so far. Start of battle. Units appear on each floor. That's fine. We get the harvest triggers. And if we can get the Paraffin Thug early, we're just going to make bank off of that. Of course we don't. How do we want to do this? I think we want to put both harvest triggers on the same floor. And I think we put Dante on the top floor to clean up whatever is left after. Maybe we put them on the middle floor. We put them on the middle floor, they gain +2 to every friendly unit. That would be 2 harvest triggers. Let's do it like this. And then put this guy up top. We need him to get more health. Okay, so he's gonna die right away. Now we can reform him. Or we can put Paraffin Thug on the top floor. How do I want to do this? He gets, every time a unit dies. I think we take most advantage of them right now on the top floor. We put him here, then we're going to do 13. That's like nothing. We can do this. One, two. I know it gives him more health. Oh, I don't have any Ember. Fantastic. Making those really great plays there. I mean, I guess we can now play him and put a lot of damage there. Let's put this guy behind it, and we need to get rid of these to reduce some of the pyre damage. This we're only going to take 5, and we get him right back. I mean, he's getting really strong. We can put him in front again. He'll take out this guy. And all of them are dead. Let's get our drag here. We can put our draw. And then apply flash freeze, I think, to him. Put another drag out here. I mean, we're totally fine now with this guy dying because he comes back crazy strong. Where is our... Oh yeah, we couldn't play our Paraffin Thug because I made a critical mistake. Let's put him in front again so that he dies. There's nothing to reform. If we put this guy in front, then our unit should kill everything. And we can flash freeze this guy. Let's put just a couple of drags on the bottom and use this just to get the holdover trigger. So let's get Power of Death. Molded. We want to bring out Dante to clear out this top floor again. We can put the Paraffin Thug in the back, put him second, and then do a Frozen Lance. We put anything with high health in front of Dante, and he'll kill the boss by himself. We definitely want the draft back. Put him in the middle. We also want to get the Devourer of Death and put him in the front. Let's put Dante on that floor, and now he's dead. Okay. Dante just has so much damage, and we can actually have him chump block and get reformed over and over and over and over and over again. I don't think we need any of these. Ice Storm at 1 cost is, or with all this increased magic damage, is really strong. It's 45 damage. I think that's worth it. The incant getting Frostbite is also pretty good, but I think the Ice Storm is going to be better for us. Now, we really want to upgrade our units, and I'm almost thinking we start getting rid of some of the dregs, or do we get rid of Frozen Lances? Yeah, the Frozen Lances aren't really doing us any favors now. We can almost use units like spells at this point. Getting Burnout on him right at the beginning and already having him start with some extra damage I think is really good. We don't need Devourer of Death to get multi-strike. Do we want to give him another multi-strike? Maybe on this Wickless Baron. And then let's give extra health to Dante. We want him to die through Burnout more, I think. Or do we just get this guy big and beefy? We could do that. Having a big and beefy Tycoon makes sense. Quick. Getting quick on Dante is really strong. And let's check out the Concealed Caverns. Consumable card. I think consumables. We don't want Rage. We could get multi-strike, but we can't afford it. Quick could be okay. Thorns, not so useful. Regen, not very useful. Let's get the Stygian Guard consumable. Spell weakness. It is something we can just throw on the boss for free. Yeah, maybe it's worth it. Alright, let's go to Fel. And it's a Scourge Fel, which is interesting because it means that our spells will do more magic damage with the Scourges in our deck. So the pro tip here is to play your spell before you purge out the penance. Let's already put this on him to start. We definitely need to get rid of the penance. And I think we keep our Rector Flicker on the bottom floor, put the Tycoon in front, and we'll have to wait on the Baron. It's going to be a minute before we can damage any of these guys. I think if we can get our Dante out very quickly, or Flash Freeze also helps. Paraffin Thug on the same floor. No, I think we put him on the second floor. And we Flash Freeze both of them. And these guys are both dazed, so they're not going to add Scourges. No, it's Resolve, but they don't resolve after dazed. Let's put Burnout, or a Dreg in front. Take advantage of the Harvest triggers. They all got dazed again. It's great when you get those triggers. Alright, excellent. We get Dante. He's also quick. If I put him in front, he will kill the units before they have a chance. So we'll do it like that. We don't have anything to bring back yet. Let's not put the Devourer of Death because we did not manage our mana properly. Let's put this Dreg in front as well. And we play this just to get the holdover effect. But Dante's coming right back. Or the Dreg is. But we can then bring back Dante with holdover. He will get too much multi-strike. I think we actually want Dante on, let me think, 64. You know what, let's do it like this. Let's put Dante on this floor. Let's move the Paraffin Thug down, that he can get a kill on this Alabaster Guardian. And we can toss a drag here and even drip fall it. So we did get one extra units. So we have two of these we need to get rid of. So let's... crap. We are going to take fire damage. And we are going to take more fire damage, and we're going to get more lights in our deck. Let's use that for the holdover effect. He will kill almost all of them. These guys are going to die in one hit, and I can't stop that. Putting this behind means we almost kill the second unit there. Okay, well, we get Dante back. We can put him on either the second or the first floor, depending on what we need. I think in this case, this. We don't have anything to hold over. We can put Dante on the first floor. He'll even do damage to the boss, which is fine. Do we chump block with a different drag? 5, 10, 16, it's not going to matter. We can put this here just to do more damage to the boss, and play that just to get the holdover effect. Yeah, this is a problem. Here. We can actually reform a unit, which is great for us. They're all gonna die, and we just dump our dregs here. This is the problem with Dante, is that the... you know, I could have decided to get rid of those instead of the frostbites, because the magic damage really isn't so critical for us. We have nothing to reform. Let's put the Wickless Baron on the same floor as our dregs. We can put another drag on the same floor, and we're gonna get a lot of guys back. We need to play that just to get it as a holdover effect. Now if we can drip fall, so 1, 2, get Dante and drip fall him down. I think then we kill the boss. Yeah. Apply Endless to a unit. I don't think we need it. Wax and Spike could be pretty good on Dante. The biggest issue is that we just don't get enough. We don't get enough mana because we have to keep playing out those blights. But I'll try it. I think then it makes sense that we increase our mana use, that we can play out more cards each turn. And I'm noticing that we're just not getting a lot of units. I mean, they're dying, but then they come right back. Do we duplicate Dante over getting artifacts? I mean, we're not even going to be able to buy an artifact. Let's do it. Let's duplicate Dante. He's so strong, and the fact that he can come back and back and back and back and back and back again makes him just insane. I think we want reform. No, let's get the extra harvest trigger. We're already reforming fast enough that we can't even reform every turn with our holdover. Non-boss units heal up. That's probably okay. It really depends on... so, I mean, these guys have armor, and armor doesn't heal, so we can damage the armor even as it's moving up. And the main thing we're looking at is just getting Dante stronger. Oh, that's great. So we can already start with him. Let's just get this out of the deck. Rector Flicker and Dante, and he should. Oh, these guys have a lot of health, but I think actually we're still okay because he comes back and then he'll do 8 damage. 160. So he's almost killing that guy. We have the second Dante. And we have the Paraffin Thug, who will get 2 triggers. So that works. Drip falling, that's not going to do anything. We can do it just for fun, but again, there's no real benefit. We get the holdover on our molding, but we're going to get him back anyway because of the trigger there. If we put him in... Okay, we want the Wickless Baron here. We can take out one of them already. Dante will do 1... Oh, he gets 4. He'll do 92. It's not quite enough. If we Frostbite... Let's see. Yeah, if we Frostbite, then it dies. Do we put him there too? I think we put him on the top. And there we're good. So let's use that. And we got 20 triggers. Fantastic. Why is he putting blights in my deck? We want to play Dante now. Oh, these are Scourges, they're not blights, which are a little bit different. We put him in. Now everything's dying. We put the Motivary up front, we put the Drag up front, and we have nothing to mold right now. Good, we got another trigger. Another Dante. Okay, now that these guys start dying, we can put he kills down to that point. I think we still play this. I think at this point though we're getting to where this guy's not going to be able to get any kills. Let's dump our dregs, our Devourer of Death, and we can do a flash freeze on him. And we'll play out both of our reform cards just to get the holdover on the second one. Yeah, as I said, we're not getting the triggers anymore. Let's get this draft out. We want him coming back soon. Get another draft out, and we still don't have anything to mold. And just get rid of a flash freeze, or no, let's put a drag out, and we can ice storm just for fun, and we'll keep the flash freeze for the boss. Okay. Dante's Candle. Reform the other Dante. Put him on this floor, and then I think Waxen's... Oh, it does it to everybody. But they get an extra burnout. Is that going to do more or less damage? He will attack, and then he will take 34 times. He'll take that twice. 72. But then everyone dies right away. You know, I can do it like this. Drip fall him down. play a drag up top, and then use this to get a much higher damage. Cool. Dante's Candle, and hold over on Dante, and the boss is dead. Ice Storm, Frozen Lance, he's still dead. Yeah. Cool. That is a lot of gold. Could be strong. Let me look at the map, see how we're going to finish it off. What do we got? This one's Unstable Vortex, Merchant of Steel, and Hellvent. Merchant of Magic, Pyre Remains, Forgotten Boon. And then either way, we get the Trinket. We can get a third Dante, but I don't think that... Oh, maybe that makes sense. We could stack 3 Dantes on the same row. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. We can gold it and it gets out of the deck really quickly. Let's see, what can we upgrade? Adding multi-strike to the Wickless Baron. Makes sense. We can put this on our other Baron. And then let's check out the trinkets. Units gain an extra upgrade slot. Sure. Frostbite does not decay. And then I think we actually want to go now for more buffs. More buffs. Wickless Baron, this one, having more health is good. Dante's already quick. Getting the draft quick seems good. Adding him with additional health and damage makes sense. Making the Paraffin Thug. No, make this guy pinkier. And what are we going to remove? We're definitely going to duplicate our strongest Dante. We remove two dregs. Yeah, I think we're good. We'll keep the last 150 for high score achievement purposes. The first spell card gets consumed, so we have to use everything but our reform every turn. Because we need to reform our Dantes every turn. That's a problem. We'll just keep it out of hand for now. $13 times 7. 91. Is that enough? 91. 140, 131. It's not quite enough. So I think we do it like this. We put him here to do a lot of damage, and then we get our Paraffin Thug. We can put our Wickless Baron behind. Okay. Now we put him here. We put the Tycoon, Self-Mutilation, Frostbite everybody, get this guy out, and Frozen Lance. him so we can get... It doesn't even matter. We don't even need the harvest triggers. I don't know why I'm so worried about it. I guess for score purposes, gotta get that high score. Dante, Candle, Devour of Death, and then Draft. That's a lot of damage to the boss. And we get him right back. I almost wonder if we just keep putting this one where the other one, where he dies. That. Do we have anything to bring back? We do have 2 units available. Let's put Big Dante up top or Big Dante down below. Let's put Big Dante down below. Or sorry, Big Dante up top, Small Dante down below. Let's flash freeze the boss. Bring back another Dante. Put him also on the top. And just do a casual 600 damage to the boss. Put him there. Put him there. Get rid of the Vengeful. Apply spell weakness, and we can toss a drag just to soak up some damage. What do I think? I think getting Devourer of Death here. Flash freeze on what are you doing? You're adding self-mutilation cards. I think we gotta get rid of you. And I think we drip fall the high health guy. Do we take enough damage then? 8, 16. We do. We take enough damage. Maybe we just do this so that he survives until the next turn. We got another big Dante. We can put him on the top floor. We can use our Consume Flash Freeze on the boss. We can Ice Storm. Let's put the Votivary down here. And where do we want to Ice Storm? I think here. Get a drag out. And let's get, which is the biggest Dante? This one is the biggest Dante. He will kill all of them. We need him on this floor to kill all the units. And he's almost dead. He'll die the next turn. Dante will kill him on the first hit. Yeah. Sorry I'm not so animated. I'm a little tired, but this was Really, really interesting. Triple Dante, triple beefed up Dante with a deck full of lights. Really, really think this deck is quite powerful. I mean, Dante's unit is quite powerful if you haven't seen him before. But, I mean, this is just... he's just getting out of control at this point. So, yeah, we'll finish it up here. So there you go. We had a rush run that kind of didn't go so well due to connection issues, but the standard run was very successful with the triple Dante. Yeah, really enjoyed that run. If you liked the video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and check out my other videos. And if you want to see me on Twitch, you can find me at twitch.tv/NeverNathaniel. See you in the next